Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to another transit Weatherman report. We are going to be talking about the summer solstice, which is going to be coming up, the end of Mercury retrograde, and Jupiter that is going to be going retrograde within this week as well. There's going to be a lot of shifts going up and popping through this week. We're going to be covering all of those in this live stream. So thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for showing love. I'm about to pin this down real quick. Make sure that we all see what's going on here. Let's get it. So, as far as everything's been concerned with these energies, with these vibes, everything that's been happening in the world, there has definitely been a lot of stress going on. And I think this stress that has been happening has a lot to do with the nervous tension of this Gemini energy. A lot of people are starting to feel guided to speak their truth in certain senses, but they don't necessarily know who's ready to be like in that truth with them in those conversations, right? So I think this is like a really strong transition that is happening because now people are having to like really face the realness within on the external, but all the time, because now it's about what you say. What you say is like your word, and your word is going to be like coming from you due to this solar eclipse that has just happened. Mind you, we're still in the ends of eclipse season, right? We're about to enter the summer solstice this week, right? Have the astrology up right next to me so we can go through that, the notes that I have written for this. But yeah, so we're gonna, like I said, break all this down pretty much today. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you all for showing up for this lovely live stream today. And yeah, just to let you all know, for those who just came in, I am going to be hosting a full moon in Capricorn class and ceremony coming up on this Wednesday. So if you were ever at any of the classes prior, I'm going to be doing that, but you have to hit the link in my bio. It's going to be through my website, but we're still going to be hosting a full moon in Capricorn. This is pretty much all about the bossing up of self, right? So if you want to come through to that, please be sure to sign up for it. There's going to be recordings available, so even if you can't like go to it specifically, then you can watch the replay of it. Just be sure that you reach out to me. I can get that to you, and then you're going to be set for this upcoming full moon in Capricorn. So it doesn't, mind you, it doesn't have to be like, it's not going to be on the day of, it's going to be the day before. So even if you can't make it at that time frame, you're going to have enough time to make the preparations that you need for the full moon phase. So be sure to definitely check that out if you are in the ballpark for figuring out how the full moon is going to work. I'm going to be pulling for all the signs. I'm going to be breaking down the astrology of it and how it's really going to be breaking down on an integral level for the collective, the release that's needed within everyone, right? So that's what's going to be pretty much coming up for that full moon class. So please be sure that you sign up for it. It's going to be a great time. We're going to be able to like talk and stuff at the end of it and everything like that too. So it's going to be super dope. So let's get to that now. Outside of that, like I said, like hit the link. Oh, I did a shout out to Pink Cat. I'm on the Pink Cat newsletter. Shout out to Pink Cat newsletter, just came back. I am on it talking about the astrology. I'll probably actually put down the part that I wrote as the caption to this at the end of this video. Y'all can go ahead and check that out whenever y'all want to. Please be sure that you sign up for the newsletter for Pink Cat because her stuff is fire. Shouts out to her. Super dope with it, super dope with the artwork. Please be sure that you check that out. And yeah, outside of that, let's start to get into this week. So let's just get right into it. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to get too much because there's a summer solstice happening. There's a bunch of energy. Summer solstice is tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So the summer solstice is tomorrow. Let's get it. So right now, the moon is in Gemini. The sun is in Gemini. The moon's in Libra, right? Sun is in Gemini at 28 degrees. We are in the final energies of Gemini. Therefore, these energies of Gemini are going to be amplified. They're in the master degree. So this is going to be a very Mercurial next 2 days. And the Mercury retrograde might even be coming up a little bit extra because Mercury retrograde likes to kind of give us little before it leaves and goes direct again, right? So kind of keep on the eye for that. But there's a lot of like all these thoughts that you've been having within this retrograde time frame are now going to start to consolidate into what is your truth. What is it that you have to say? Hey, what's good? How y'all doing down there? Shout out to everybody in here, by the way. Much love to y'all. Much love. But yeah, so this is in 28 degrees. This is getting into the master degree, and you're like crystallizing all of these things. Now, 29 degrees is going to be tomorrow. And this is when we start to shift into that summer solstice, right? So the 29 degree point with this Gemini energy is going to be like, all right, this is the last straw. What are we keeping? What are we throwing away? What have we come up with again throughout this Mercury and Gemini season? What new knowledge have we acquired? What new thoughts have we acquired? Are we going to keep it, or are we going to throw it away? Are we going to learn how to speak with other people in this method? Or are we going to learn how to do something else and do something different? The key here is to like literally try to hit the communication with whoever you think has that same energy or has that same vibe. Because you doing that is going to be putting you into the best of your comforts coming up for a lot of this heavier energy. A little bit in the summer, it's heavier, but like I'll be explaining it in the weeks coming up. But the reason why I'm saying it's heavier, the eclipse season has just prepared us for it. The universe doesn't throw us into anything. It doesn't give us time to prepare for it, which is why I think it's so critical to kind of like do these live streams as well, because it's like, yo, if y'all know like, hey, this day, this is popping up, this day, that's coming up. That's what the Transit Weatherman is about in this like segment. So I appreciate y'all showing up and showing love. I don't know if I want to continue to do the Transit Weatherman live or start recording them and make it look super cool. Please let me know how y'all feel about it afterward. But I will definitely keep any card readings or messages that I do live though. That's 100%. That's going to stay live. But just let me know if y'all think that this segment should be like really recorded and thorough and such like that. Just let me know. I'm gonna see what I can do and what I'm working out, because the class that I was talking about earlier in Capricorn, we're gonna be doing that class in 4K, baby. It's gonna look crazy. So please be sure to pop up. I've made some lovely adjustments, some lovely upgrades, things, because we really going in with this. So much love to y'all who've been supporting. Let's go. We all in, and that's what it's all about. Like, especially because it's Mercury, like this eclipse season is trying to show you like all in, right? I like the lives because I always feel more plugged in and connected. Say less. Copy. I'm just trying to see, because I really like, I know I'm an astrologer, I know I have a bunch of ideas, but I really kind of need to like see where people are at, because I know I've done a lot of teaching. I know some of y'all are new. I know some of y'all have been here this entire time. I know some of y'all have just been popping in because y'all just have known me from random parts of life. So it's like there's a lot of different like people coming in. So like I want to kind of know like where we hitting to. So we're adjusting as time goes, but I'm really hyped to just continue to like work with y'all and see what y'all need as far as the astro is concerned, so we can get you exactly where we all need to be at. Honestly, that's what it's about. So on the 20th, right? Once more, we have the moon going to be in Scorpio. So the last degree of Gemini. So I was saying that it's like you need to figure out the last of it. The moon in Scorpio is literally helping you purge that away. You get what I'm saying? Like you really have to purge that away. Yes, the class is an hour earlier. So my class used to be at 9 p.m. EST. My class is at 8 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. PST. It's like an hour difference, but I know a lot of more people will have the time to like do so. When is the retrograde over? The retrograde is going to be ending June 23rd. I told you there's a lot to go through this week. That's why I was like, yo, y'all need to honestly stay tuned through this, because like there's a lot to cover. And that's even before the full moon in Capricorn. I'll do the full moon in Capricorn in full during the class. So if you want to know the full moon in Capricorn in full, please make sure that you come to the class. Like I said, there's going to be recordings available if you can't make it at that time for any reason whatsoever. And then it's a day beforehand as well. So you have that next day, 2 days, 3 days to work with that full moon energy afterwards. So just be sure to like hit me up, let me know, and that's going to be all in the link in the description. It's like up and shaking. It's really cool. Just trying, we're doing some cool stuff. But besides the point, let's continue on with what I was just saying beforehand. Right now, June 20th, like I said, tomorrow, the moon's in Scorpio. This is also interesting because it's like Father's Day happens to fall on like the right before like Cancer season time frame, and I know a lot of people like to akin like Cancer energy to the mother and Capricorn to the father, but a lot of times, and for some reason, I usually think it's vice versa in a handful of ways, and I think it kind of just depends on which is like the nurturer and which isn't. And this is just, and even if this isn't like physical, just think of this as energetically, and as the energetics piece, honestly, at the end of the day, because it's just like what raised you up in the mental thought of things and what raised you up in the emotional thought of things. And that's kind of like the Capricorn and Cancer axis and such like that. If you like the stuff I'm saying, please be sure to tune into the classes that I'm going to be starting in July, because that's going to be a fun time. And y'all thought I was going in before with the classes? You're hilarious. Let's go. I'm very excited to be doing these next. But let's get to the next point, right? After this moon in Scorpio tomorrow, we're really going to be getting integrated. We're really going to be getting tapped into the raw and utter truth of it all. That's the raw and utter truth of it all is what just came in, because this is the last bit of Gemini. We just had the eclipses. We just had all this energy going through. Like, Gemini is not going to just end off with just like a, okay, bye everybody, have a good time. Like, no. Like, these are like the final words, the final like inclinations are really going to start to like pull through, because on June 21st, we have Cancer season starting and the summer solstice. So, a little bit about the summer solstice, right? Mind you, I haven't read up super recently on the summer solstice. This is based off of like old info that I know, so just bear that in mind. But the summer solstice is essentially like the cardinal point that starts it off. So for example, like in tropical astrology, there's the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, right? Because of the equator, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to everything, right? Now, with the Tropic of Cancer, that's basically that has a lot to do with the summer. So the summer starts off with Cancer season, right? Think of it like this: when you think about the summer, the first thing that most people think about is the beach. What is the beach? What the water is at? What's the water? Cancer, like literally like that. So people are like, oh, summertime. They're thinking like that's when that stuff starts. For real, at least like energetically throughout the collective. Not to say that you can't go out to the beach during spring or in winter if you're in the right spot. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that the beach time, when people think of summertime, they think of the beach starting, the beach happening, Cancer energy, right? Now, the thing with this too, on this day, Venus is going to be making its trine over to Neptune. So summer solstices and equinoxes are very magical times because they are the first things to propel a chapter of life forward. Because these cardinal points make sure that you stand in this type of integral energy for the upcoming like 3 months, so to speak, right? Cardinal points are like what launches it off. So we just ended off the cardinal point from Aries season, which was the beginning of things, right? So during Aries season, we're like, yo, this is who we are. During Taurus season, it's like this is the stuff that we like and the things that we need and we need to have to keep up the value, right? And in the Gemini season, it's like these are the things that we need to communicate, and here's how we're going to start communicating, right? Now, for Cancer season, this is going to start on a whole new level, because this level is going to be based off of your intuition and your emotions, your feelings, right? Because your feelings are your intuition. Memories, as a matter of fact, are literally just emotions. Like, it's mad weird like to think about, but it's like memories are just emotions. Like, they're not even like in the time frame of things. That's why when people are like healing isn't linear, it's because it's not. Because it's just like, it's just a feeling. So you have to like maneuver with that over time. Like, it's a deep thing, and I'll break down like a lot more into that in like my classes when it comes to the astrology, especially when I teach the astrology up from the ground up. So if you like these things, these little gems that I throw in with stuff like that, come through to a class, because there's no bars back. I'm trying to convey a whole entire week for y'all. Imagine me just like really sitting down and being like, trust. I'm very excited. Now, like I said, summer solstice, very magical time. It is a start to new intuitions, and the eclipse season just shook up everything. And the eclipse season shook you up so you could know what to do when things start to come to you now, right? The Cancer season, also a lot in my head, and the summer solstice reminds me of the Chariot card in the tarot. And the Chariot card in the tarot is literally the dude who is championing himself forward, gaining new lands, and pushing and expanding his own home territory, right? That is a big part of this like Chariot energy. But one thing about the Chariot is that it's like, yo, I'm gonna go for it, right? which a lot of people don't necessarily think of when it comes to Cancer energy per se. But when it comes to like the Chariot card, this is literally like, yo, what are you going to do to keep pushing that energy forward, right? If you're leading forward, one last thing about Cancer season before I get into it, the Cancer season is all about the tribe. The tribe. So Cancer energy is tribe energy. When you think of like when they're talking about like, oh, these people were all together, this, that, and the third. I just watched In the Heights last night. Lin-Manuel Miranda, the musical thing like that. I was once in that musical myself. I played Benny, so I had to watch it because I needed to know what happened. It was actually really well done. Can't hate on it at all. It was really well done. That was fire, exactly what he was aiming for. That was cool. The reason why I'm even bringing up this thing, though, is because the whole premise behind like that story is that it's all about community. It's all about family. There's people that are trying to leave and go to like on different islands. There are people that are trying to do things in like these different parts of New York. But at the end of the day, they always kind of come back to their community where they came up, where their soul feels right, or where the people are able to recognize their soul in these processes, right? This is what Cancer season is launching off. What is your tribe? Who's your tribe? These people are going to start to literally formulate. And that's why it was so important within these last few weeks to make sure that you get your truth together, because now these people are going to start supporting you and you going to just be in your truth. And when you're in your truth, there's no weird vibe. There's no like, you can't really, there's nothing else. You know what I'm saying? When this is a transparent sea of that, it's like there's nothing else to like go about. There's nothing else to like circle around. There's no finessing that you have to do. It just is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So fam, shouts out Crazy Bull. Shouts out Crazy Bull. So you know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy. Like, but this is literally like the energies that we're in, and we're really making these different shifts into what's new and what's coming up. And what's new and what's coming up? This tribe, this vibe. People are gonna start like coming together, pulling together more, based off of how they feel, off their art, off their creativity. And even if this reminds me of the Three of Pentacles. I pulled the Three of Pentacles in the last tarot message that I did. The Three of Pentacles popped up, and this is like people combining together and really like getting their stuff and working together, harnessing. And mind you, I didn't look to these transits before I pulled that card, but it's just funny how these things always kind of formulate. You get what I'm saying? But so that's going to be coming up as well with all this. So please be on the lookout for that. So to mind you, I'm only 3 days into this week. I am 3 days into this week so far. Remember how I told you at the beginning that we have a lot to go through? Like, this is one of those weeks where there's a lot to go through. I didn't think so at first, because just looking at the transits at like very, very first glance, and then I looked into it and I was like, oh nah, this is critical. So on the 22nd, right, we have the moon in Sag going on a south node. So mind you, when summer solstice happens, and the next day, the moon in Sag being on a south node is going to basically be like, here's your gift for all this eclipse shit that just happened. Like here is the culmination of everything that just happened with the eclipse. Like, here you go. Like this is what you earned from that. Here you go. Right? And it's almost like a gift, I would say, from the universe. It's like, awesome, go ahead. Like, you now know this. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's like that type of vibe. Coming in on the 22nd, based off of all the different changes that you made within this last bit of Gemini energy. This is the last time to really kind of like get your mind right as far as like what you want to speak about, what you really want to like piece about, you know what I'm saying, or jig about, whatever the case is. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying, like, my decision is like, yo, I'm about to do this astrology thing. Like, if I gotta go live, if I gotta do whatever, if I gotta go do a TikTok, if I gotta go do this, that, and the third, if I gotta do a bunch of readings, if I gotta whatever, we doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I really do appreciate y'all for coming through and supporting and like allowing me to be in the position to like actually make this happen. So much love to all of y'all, because like, as much as I love astrology, it's not as cool if it can't be shared. And so the fact that it's being able to be shared and y'all like come through to hear that, much love. Like, I can't express it enough. I know I say it a handful of times, but like for real, appreciate it. So let's get to the next section, right? Let's get into the next section, because with all this Mercury Retrograde stuff that's been going on, right? Mind you, I didn't try to do that. That literally just happened. Sometimes I'll be clowning. That actually happened in real time. So as you can see, with this Mercury retrograde about to end on the 23rd, mind you, there's still a shadow period. Shadow period, you still have to like the lessons are still integrating, but the main bit of it has already happened. You get what I'm saying? Much love, much love. Stop in my heart. Let me stop. But the whole idea, right, is that the Mercury's goes direct, right? Mind you, Mercury's been in Gemini this entire time. So now that Mercury's going direct, all the things where you're like and you couldn't say before, now you're gonna be like, and this is exactly what I mean and how I mean it. You're gonna talk a lot. It's gonna be like a lot of words with it. It's not like it's not in Virgo, so it's not this like precise. But you're gonna be doing a lot more communicating of that truth. You know what I'm saying? Stuck running in a place and trying so hard not to fight it. Just trying to run with the flow. Yo, the flow is mad hard, but it literally like it's eclipse season. Remember how I told y'all not to manifest shit and just chill because eclipse season gonna throw you their hands regardless? That's what I meant. So people are out there like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and now they're like, because it's a lot of energy. Not to say that people that don't know what they're doing can't finesse with that. You get what I'm saying? Me as an astrologer, I try to acknowledge and honor the energies at hand as they are at hand, because that's just part of the way I do it. Not to say that y'all need to do it that way. This is what I do it. So that's my personal vibe, right? I feel like stuff as in I can't read. All right, cool. I can't read. I just Mercury and Gatorade. Matter of fact, yes, I have a song about that. As a matter of fact, I put out a song recently. It's called "Is That Too Much?" Please listen to it. I might play it at the end of this video, but I do have a lot of astrology to get through. So if y'all still kicking with me at the end, I might play it through. Just remind me if I forget. But yeah, it's good to be here in the live streams. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the live streams going then. We jugging, whatever. We kicking it. Let's get it. So for the Mercury direct though, on the same day, we have the sun making its trine over to Jupiter. So then the sun is going to be making its trine over to Jupiter, which is literally about to go retrograde. I think Jupiter goes retrograde on the 21st. I definitely missed that beforehand. Yep, Jupiter goes retrograde on the 21st if I'm not mistaken. It goes retrograde this week. And Jupiter going retrograde has just been in Pisces. So I'll put it to you like this. A lot of people have been really seeing what their dream consists of and really what their dream is going to consist of. But what they can't peep yet is exactly how that's going to go. Because Jupiter is going to go back and retrograde into Aquarius. And when Jupiter retrogrades back into Aquarius, the reason why you couldn't see the fullness of that dream yet that you wanted to accomplish is because you haven't met and networked properly with the people that are going to help get you there. And so that's why Jupiter is going back into Aquarius. And so it's like, all right, let's go back. Let's go dig in, find the people that you need now that you've seen this vision, and now push that forward. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not what this is what I mean, like retrograde. Think about it like this. You need to take a breather every once in a while. Like, no matter what you do, even me, I'm a workaholic type person. Like, if you are continuously doing something, then you need to like stop and like take a break. The planets need to take a break too. Like, the planets need to literally just be like, I'm gonna chill. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the time frames when you were growing up and like your mom, whoever took care of you, like they would come back stressed from work and y'all were all being bad or whatever the case was. But because they were so tired, they were just like, you know what? Screw it. Y'all gonna be stupid for an hour. Go be stupid. I'm too tired for this. Y'all have fun. That's what happens when things go retrograde in my mind. Like when retrogrades happen, they're just like, you know what? Whatever. That's what y'all gonna do. Go ahead and do it, right? It's like the breather in the period for they chill out. And that's where it's like Jupiter's like, all right, I gave y'all. It's basically like, think about it like this. For Jupiter and Pisces, it's like the genie in a bottle just gave you what you wanted. But it was like, man, that was a lot of work. I'm finna go back in for a bit and I'll pop back out later when you figure out the people that you want to chill with. Because you ain't gonna do this alone. Okay, bye. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of feeling that's kind of coming in from this. So definitely keep that in mind when it comes to this as well. Sit back and look at what is look back and look at what is around to build a bridge. Yep, building a bridge, 100%. Next thing that we have on that day where Mercury goes direct, Venus is going to be opposing Pluto. Venus making this opposition to Pluto. This is like a power struggle as far as like what type of love it is that you want to what type of love, where does your love conflict with itself? Ooh, let's get to it. Where does your love start to like kind of conflict with itself? And the reason why this conflicting is happening is because I feel like there's a differential between like what is like the love that you might have for something, but like what is like the real love, like because there's love, right? There's always like this like, oh, we love this, and like we like no, you love the idea of that thing. Like, do you love it though? Like have you heard the stuff about it that hasn't been great? Have you heard the like whatever? Like, have you like, do you love that too? You get what I'm saying? Like are all of these things a part of that love? This is like one of those days where it's like, what do you love and why do you really love it though? You get what I'm saying? And that's happening when Mercury goes direct. But now this is time for you to say that. It's time for you to speak on it. It's time for you to like get into that type of vibe. Maybe not immediately, because none of these transits are immediate, honestly. I feel like a lot of them take some time regardless, but this is how that ends up kind of going, you know? Now, mind you, this is all going to be leading up to the full moon in Capricorn, which is the class that I'm going to be having on the 23rd. So literally the day that Mercury goes direct, we're having the class. And the class that we're going to be having is going to be on the full moon in Capricorn. So please be sure to pull up to that. It is going to be 8 p.m. EST and 5 p.m. PST. So please be sure to look out for that. I'm going to be posting about it again shortly. It's going to be in like the best quality you've ever seen a video in, and you can literally go back anytime and check out the recording. I'll do like a little snippet of it and post it on the post and be like, hey, this is what the full moon of Capricorn thing gonna look like. But like, you know, pull up. All the tickets are gonna be on the website. Go into the link in my description, click on that. That'll literally show you everything that you need, and this video right here will be that video then. And just check it out. Just go click on a bunch of stuff that's in there and you'll find something really dope. Yes. So yeah, so the full moon in Capricorn, I'm not going to break down the fullness of the full moon in Capricorn right now because, like, that's a lot. But what I will say with the full moon in Capricorn is that this is the super moon. This is the last super moon in that super moon phase. If I'm not mistaken, this is the last super moon of the super moon phase. And the moon in Capricorn is going to be releasing fears about your legacy. Releasing fears about, like, do you have the capacity to do it? Capricorn is all about getting it done. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, with this energy, it's like, are you willing to get it done despite the odds? What fears do you need to release around, let's say, like money? What fears you need to release around legacy? What fears you need to release around just like creating this and making it happen? Someone just said that their moon is in Capricorn, so you know, as a moon in Capricorn, y'all take things very seriously. Even if it's a game, like there's a certain seriousness that you'll take to it because you're like, yo, this is a part of my like work. You get what I'm saying? Even like a fun thing is like, yo, this is still a part of your work in a sense. Like there's a certain like mechanism for people that have energy in Capricorn where it's like, but how is this going to like make something greater? Like, how are we going to make things greater? The full moon in Capricorn is having you release the fears on how you're going to make things greater, because you're going to be able to realize that you've already been doing great. You've already been creating this greatness. I'm just here to tell you during that live stream and break all the things down and chisel down specifically how it's going to be making you great based off of your chart, your energies, your vibe. And we're going to be going through it, talking about it. Any questions there? You can have the cameras on in these classes now. So if you want your camera on, y'all can talk if there's like a question. I'll have like a lecture time frame where I'll be like, everyone mute stuff. But like outside of that, like we're going to be able to actually like communicate real time, chill. We got like an hour and a half. We're kicking it. So definitely be sure to pull up to that. It's going to be super fun, and it's going to be like a cool, like, you know what I'm saying? Pull up. So now after the full moon in Capricorn at 3 degrees. So this is also a degree that's kind of centered around communication. It's a Gemini degree, right? So 3 degrees, Gemini degree. After all this Gemini season, all this, like, I'm telling you, these are all set up for these reasons to like push things forward. And I think this full moon is really like that final release. And the moon in Capricorn is going to stay there. The next day, Venus sextiles with Lilith. So there's a little more opportunity to make like even stronger statements after this full moon in Capricorn. Because I feel like this full moon in Capricorn is going to get people back on their bullshit to the point where they're just like, yeah, I did that. So what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, someone's like, what do you mean you're into like tarot cards? You're like, yeah. What about it? And they're like, oh, I mean, like, yeah, I've seen them before in like a show or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing to even trip about. But the full moon in Capricorn is, like I said, getting everybody up to their boss level of whatever they have to do and wherever they're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can literally still like have this type of energy no matter what it is. You can work for something else and still have a boss type of energy, boss type of mentality. It's 3 degrees equal communication, true for all signs. Yes, as far as the 3 specifically, but that is degree theory. R.I.P. to Nicola. I forgot his last name. I can't pronounce it off the top of my head, but he invented the degree theory. But he was the GOAT on that. He has a book out. If you contact I believe when I first got the book, I contacted his wife through email, but there's a website, I think, on it. I don't know how they do this now after he has passed away, unfortunately. But if you want to get into degree theory, that's dope. I'll be having a class on degree theory coming up. Trust me, I have mad classes coming up. I'm gonna have a class on degree theory, so I'm gonna teach you all why each degree means that. Shouts out to IJ, she's the go to that. iJade is the go to that. If you want to read about degree theory, know about degree theory, go follow iJade on Twitter. I believe it's IJADEE on Twitter. She's the GOAT for degree theory. Nobody can touch her with that. Definitely make sure to check that out, because she definitely popularized that within the last few years. So if you want to know about degrees, check her out. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, that's pretty much this upcoming week, honestly. Like, this is, like I said, there's a summer solstice, though. There's a lot of different changes. I'm going to check out the book and the class. Hey, say less. Going to check out the class. I would love for everyone to have that same energy, because we're going to really have a bunch of fun. I'm planning on some dope stuff. The quality level is going up. The information level is going up. And then we get to literally just talk and chill. And if you have a question, we get to just address the question. And if you know the answer and you're in the class to someone else's question, y'all just answer it, because like we're all here to learn something else. Like, yeah, I'm showing the astrology, but like, what's me showing the astrology if it's not working in like real time with people? You get what I'm saying? We just gotta kick it. So I just pull up. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the love. I did say at the end of this, I was gonna play the last song that I put out. It's on all streaming services. I did remember that. I got y'all. So I'm just going to play that, and then we just going to rock out. So if y'all are here for information, the information is now done. If you are here for the pure entertainment of why not, then I'm going to play an epic song for you of epic proportions. So enjoy, and please listen to it on Spotify and stuff as I awkwardly dance to my own music. Let's get it. I did everything on it. Yeah. This is from the Solar Eclipse. I made this on the Solar Eclipse. So.
All up in my mind now, all up in my head. Can't make up my mind now, start over again. No one think I'm on the right path. Just gotta trust that, no matter what. Hourglass tick, the clock time to move faster. And I'm thinking about maybe trying to slow it down. Mercury and Gatorade, don't know what up and down. Don't know what's the other side, don't know about anything. I've been talking about M's in my bank account. I don't even manifest, I just know it's amount. That shit gonna happen cause I know what I'm amount. What's the star child? It's the black sheep, golden child.
Just vibe out, you know. I don't think y'all ready for this. Y'all not ready for this part though. I'm not even ready for this part. Are Are you ready for this part? I don't think you're ready for this. I'm not ready for it. What's up, everyone that showed up, showed out? We just gonna rock it out like this for the rest. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it.
Hourglass, check the clock, time to move faster. And I'm thinking about maybe trying to slow it down. Mercury and Gatorade, don't know what up and down. Don't know what's the other side, don't know about any doubt. I've been talking about M's in my bank account. I don't even manifest, I just know it's amount. That's it gonna happen, cause I know what I'm about. What's the star child, it's the black sheep, golden child. Hourglass, check the clock, time to move faster. And I'm thinking about maybe trying to slow it down.
I waited my whole life to be able to do that. And that's it. That's all she wrote. All right, that's kind of it. Yeah. Much love though to everybody that like popped in, show love, all that good stuff. I don't know what else to say. This is the part where I know nothing else to say. Shouts out to everybody here. I am running services. I have all my services out on my website. Going to be getting into a lot of readings this week. So if you did get a reading with me, it's going to basically be tackled throughout this upcoming week. So please be sure that you sign up for the readings. The Everything You Need to Know readings have been going crazy recently. Since the solar eclipse, been going crazy. The destiny readings I have as well. If you're more so on a budget and you just want to really start to dive into your chart, I highly suggest the destiny reading, because that's going to at least show you the things that you need to know. Like this, I make it so literally if you know no astrology, you will know what to start to like work towards when it comes to things, right? I also run Hey Hero mini readings. So if you want a Hey Hero mini reading, there's like a little quick answer to something specific, whether that be something in your chart, anything along the lines of that, quick tarot reading, anything like that, you know what I'm saying? Please be sure to pull up for that. The class, I can't say too much about the class. I can't say enough about the class, I should say. So definitely pull through for the class as well. Thank you for the music. Feel blessed in the shade brighter. That is a beautiful thing. That's what it's all about for me, honestly. Like, you know, if I could transmute whatever into something that makes people's days a little bit brighter, then that's what that's about for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Appreciate the love. Thank y'all for showing up. Enjoyed the music. Yep, it's Maverick Star all across the board. I actually have a playlist out of like the best of like all my music on Spotify. So if you wanted to like dive into like the music that I've done, I literally went through the catalog, and in my very like strict this needs to be this area, I made like a little playlist with basically all the songs in there. Check that out. Then that would be the wave. I just see the connection is starting to act up, which is the universe's way of telling me to shut up and have a good day. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. I'ma shut up, and I'll see y'all next time. Much love. Peace.